You call a spade a spade. Was China behind this recent run of cyber attacks on Australia?
Well, I don't have the information available to me, but it seems pretty clear from the Prime Minister's statement that there are only a very small number, exceptionally small number of countries that could conduct such an attack or a series of attacks. Obviously, some of them are our allies, like I'm sure the United States could do so, but no one's, I think, imputing that the United States would do so. And after that, the list becomes very, very small. We've seen Peter Jennings from ASPI come out and make it clear he thinks it is China, and I don't think that would shock anyone.
Do you think it could be part of this current trade stoush between us and China, or do you think perhaps that's a bridge too far? What's your view?
I think if you look at the evidence, these issues around cyber attacks, cyber espionage have been building for a long period of time, and it's not just China that's been engaged with these sorts of things in the past, and they continue to build year on year. And so I don't think you can tie it to individual events. I think you've got to tie it to a pattern of behaviour around where the online space is now just as much a legitimate pathway for some countries to engage in advancing what they think is in their national interest and destabilisation. Sorry?
So, I'm sorry to interrupt. Finish your point.
That's right. Yeah, they're using online as well as offline. I mean, it's just a trend of behaviour.
Well, Labor, has attacked the government over the weekend, suggesting that we've been asleep at the wheel, or the government has been asleep at the wheel when it comes to this. Has it?
Well, it's just fantasyland rubbish. The reality is the government's been acutely aware and building the capacity of our intelligence agencies to address exactly these types of threats, as well as those that exist offline. And of course, there's often an intersection between the online and the offline. So, Labor can score these cheap political points if they want. They're not connected to reality and how seriously this government is taking cybersecurity.
Just on to the rise in the number of coronavirus cases in Victoria. You're a Victorian. Tim, has Victoria become complacent?
Well, I think Victorians need to make sure they take responsibility for their own conduct and appropriately apply the existing restrictions and social distancing. But in addition to that, the state government's going to step up too. The reality is they've been distracted by their own internal investigations of corruption when they should be focusing on COVID quarantine. And now we're facing a very real challenge where we may face an outbreak in Victoria, and it's up to the state government to set the standard, to focus squarely where its job should be, rather than focusing on power games internally.
Is it right for Daniel Andrews to reverse the rules of restrictions?
Well, these decisions have to be informed based on health advice, as well as, of course, the impact on Victorians. I'm disappointed. Other Victorians are disappointed that we face this situation. And I can tell you, a lot of those small businesses that were ready to go open up again, particularly pubs and restaurants and cafes, are now basically having to control the number of customers they have and not able to get back on their feet. Well, for a lot of them, it won't be viable to open in a business environment.
Well, and what about, how much concern do you have for the AFL? You've got these players that are, spitting and hoiking everywhere in the midst of a pandemic. Do you have concerns that the problem could be more widespread when it comes to the AFL?
We could. I do, but we've got to make decisions based on evidence. We know that there's one player that's been tested positive, so we need to be cautious in the approach we take. But, in the end, Essendon was supposed to play my mighty Melbourne Demons on Sunday. So, in the end, health has to override the playing game.
Okay, just finally onto Super. It's a bit of an old argument that's been re-energised today, Tim. There's some suggestions that the scheduled Super increase should be delayed because of the current climate and the environment. What's your view on this? Should it be delayed?
Well, I just go off the secret research we revealed through the Economic Committee for Industry Super Australia. Their own internal research says that if you increase the super guarantee, it'll cost jobs and wages. We're currently facing an unemployment environment that is extremely high, much more than most of us would be anywhere near wishing. I want to get Australians back in jobs, and I want them to be well-paid jobs. I don't think the objective should be to increase the salaries of people already in jobs, or the super guarantee already in jobs when we've got unemployment so high.
So you are against that increase now or totally?
Well, as we've seen from the secret industry Super Australia research, if we go down this path at this time, it will increase unemployment, stop the number of people being employed. And so I've made it quite clear a choice between increasing the super guarantee now or getting Australians back to work. I'll back Australians back to work.
Well, Labor, again, we bring up Labor. It says that the backbenchers who have been identified today as being against the rise in the super guarantee are using the COVID-19 crisis as a way to undermine the current super system.
Well, Labor really needs to step up and get away from their puppet masters within part of the organised capital of the industry super system and actually do what's in the best interest of getting Australians into jobs. When industry super's own research said that if you increase the compulsory super guarantee, it will slow down the number of people getting back to work and slow down and come at the expense of wages. You've got to understand the question where the Labor Party's priorities are. Do they want Australians to get back to work, or do they want to just funnel more cash into entities that they have an influence over?
Okay. Liberal MP Tim Wilson, always good to get your thoughts. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll chat to you again soon.
Thanks, Peter.